today we're going to be trying the Nightrose Deckset unupgraded in one of my local tournaments. So it's a 3-round Swiss, and we're gonna try to win some games. Okay, so let's see the contents. You have a pack of sleeves, the blue border instead of the green from Vanguard JP. Looks very nice. The deck, cardboard, and then I think that's it. So this is the deck we're gonna use. For the normal deck set, you get one foil of each encounter card. So we have the ride line, you get an energy generator. So this one's actually really good because before you had to buy a quick starter deck, but now there's more products that come out with this. So you get the ride line, you get 3 more Nightrose. We have 3 more of the grade 2 from the ride line, but you don't get the grade 1, which I wish they did because a lot of the premium decks want to use the grade 1 to generate crests. So if they're not gonna ban them, I guess they should have just put 4 in the deck set, because they're just forcing people to buy, like they're forcing premium players to buy 4 deck sets if they want to upgrade their deck in premium. Then we have Nightstorm, 23k attacker, and you can discard it for stride to draw 1. Then you have Lazy, hollow. When it becomes hollowed, if you have a Nightrose Vanguard CB1, you can call a card from your drop, and end of turn you can retire to counter charge. Marauding Shade, hollow, and when it's hollowed it gets +5, but if your drop has 10 or more cards it gets +10 instead. So 20k attacker, pretty good. And on Guardian Circle, if Nightrose Crest, it's 10k shield. If your drop has 10 or more cards, it's 15k shield. For Cam the Ghosty, so mostly this is cut. Mostly when you upgrade the deck, this is the card to be cut, and some copies of the other cards, and this as well. But this is not so bad. Hollow, and then when it's placed on your guard circle, you can look at the top 5 cards of your deck and discard 1 card from among them. And if it's hollowed, it gets +5, but I'm not sure if it's worth to lose it for the +5 to -1 for just for the +5. Then you have 4 Tommy the Ghosty brothers, 4 Negrobone. I think this card's gonna carry the deck. But one thing is, since we don't have the upgraded version of since we're gonna be playing the base deck set, this deck will lose a lot of the early game cards. So I won't be able to call this early, since Lazy is locked to grade 3 Nightrose. Yeah, that's gonna be very tough, but this will help a lot. So at the end of the battle, it boosts. If it was placed from drop this turn, you can retire it to draw 1. So pretty good since you have a lot of revive. So we'll see how it goes. We're gonna lose a lot of the early game. 4 PGs, then they give us a Blessed Favor, 4 crits, 4 draws, normal draw triggers, so no effect triggers, 3 normal fronts, and 4 heals. And then you get one TDR of each stride. So this is the finisher. So you discard, to stride it, you discard a grade 3 card with Nightrose in its card name, and on attack GB2 CB1 you retire 2 of your own rear guards, and you call 2 grade 2 or greater cards with different card names from your drop and call them to rear. And if your drop has 10 or more, this gets plus crit, and if your drop has 15 or more, all of those units called get +10. So yeah, this is very important to finish off games, because our second stride is mostly for farming. Yeah, our first stride, Ghosty Great King Obadiah. So stride with any cards with the sum of their grades being grade 3 or greater. And its skill, act once per turn, turn a card from your G zone face up, and you can look at top 5 cards of your deck and you can discard 1 card from among them, and you can call a card from your drop, and if that unit has a hollow ability, it gets +5. And then you have the crest, so it allows you to stride, and you cannot ride grade 3 or greater cards without Nightrose in their card name. The original attack of your Nightrose becomes 13k, and during your turn, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Nightrose in its card name, all of your front row units get +5 for each face-up card in your G zone. The first 3 skills, all of the deck sets have them. And then the last skill is the unique one. When 3 or more of your cards are discarded from deck at the same time by your Vanguard's ability, so it's the GB2 of Nightrose. When 3 or more of cards are discarded from the deck at the same time by your Vanguard's ability, choose a card from among those discarded cards, and you may put it back to the bottom of your deck. So if you mill any triggers, you can put it back, and it helps somewhat with deck out. So we'll see how much we can use it this turn, this in the upcoming tournament. And then we have energy counter. You can pair with this. So yeah, the big thing here is we won't have a lot of the early game cards for Nightrose, like Alvina, Saphira, and we also have a lot of dead cards, like we have 4 of the Nightstorm, and we are maxing out on the Nightrose and Ghosty Brothers, so we don't have to worry about Stride Fodder. I guess we won't have to worry about discarding grade 3s. We also don't have the Philander, which is a big booster, which is the replacement, or it's the, for me it's a better alternative for Come the Ghosty, because Philander gets plus 10k if you have 10 cards in your drop, and it's the same for skill. You can on place, you can do a top 5 and discard one of those cards. But for Come the Ghosty, you need to put it to Hollow. So if you don't know, Hollow is on place in rearguard circle. If you can make a unit Hollow, and if it's Hollow, it retires itself at the end of the turn. For the plus 5, you need to make it Hollow, but that means you lose it, and I feel like it's a waste to bring it back with Nightrose. But we'll see how it goes. Maybe this will come in clutch. Maybe I can keep on filtering the deck with this. The skill of Nightrose: when your rearguard is retired, discard the top 3 cards of your deck, and you may call that retired card to rearguard circle. So how it works is, at the end of the turn, you return the Stride. So you unstride first, and then you activate the abilities. So you unstride, so you go back to Nightrose before performing the Hollow abilities. So that's when they retire themselves, and then that's when you can use Nightrose skill. So the game plan is probably farm with Negrabone and try to save as much shield as possible. But I also want to put on some pressure early, because I feel like Obadiah is not enough to keep on pressuring the opponent unless I keep on putting the big attackers. Yeah, but at the same time, we can survive long, since this deck can build a board for pretty much free, and you have a decent amount of plussing with Negrabone, yeah, and the revives. But you will deck out, I think, earlier than the opponent. So we also won't have effect triggers, and we only have 4 crits. So usually in standard you have 8 crits, because it's just the best trigger, and 4 heals, which is the max. And we also won't have the effect triggers, which gives the extra shield, but I think that will affect us the least. So our main cards, we need to pressure with Marauding Shade and Nightstorm, since they're the bigger attackers. This one's rearguard skill only gets plus 5, so, and it needs to be hollowed as well, so it doesn't seem that good. And then this one, it's just to search Nightrose. So yeah, we'll see the results of the tournament. Round 1, we were up against Prison, which I think is not a bad matchup, since we can get rid of all our units with Hollow at the end of turn, letting them avoid getting placed in Prison.
It's not curious. Ano ba yun? Kailangan ko magsulat ng ano? Yeah, just right top. Ayaw mo kalaban yan. Uy, boss! Okay, Waze! Okay na! Okay, Waze! Okay na! So, hindi na mag-okay.
Mali yata, nanauna ako Boss!
Dapat dapat second ka.
Muna ka pa rin dapat.
Oo, kasi mag-GG4 ka. And may early ride doon.
Ikaw si ano? Si Nemo pa rin. Oo. Alam mo si ano? Anya and Friends. Ha? I'm like, I'm a rarity.
No one uses not that no one uses him, but it's basically.
No guard. 16.
Let's go. Bilis. Ayaw mo na ako kumita.
Ayaw ko nga.
Sige, follow.
Ano, nagpalit ka ng pangalan do? Ano pangalan mo ngayon? Number? Table 10? Ayun dun, sa kabilang side.
10.
Sige.
8.
Makita doon yung pangalan ng kalaro mo. Snap. Ngayon mo na nakita yun.
15.
You know what? I'll wait until
Yeah.
I'll wait till round 10.
End of turn.
Kaya di rin ko imperyo. Imperyo na.
Breaking ladder.
Gonna go ham.
Prison proc.
I guess
Prison proc.
Bigyan mo na nakita yung... Bigyan mo na nakita messenger mo. So, dami na muna. Tapos check.
13. 26.
I wish I got defense.
23. 36 plus 10. No guard.
My hand is drier than. What is this card?
30. 35.
Today's
Skill and upon.
this is legitimately the first time I've even touched these things. Look, I can finally use these.
Call. Follow. Control.
Kita pa pinsan ng Lamar. Ba't wala kang picture dun sa ano?
Mahal. Tabawal.
Where are my triggers?
Kumuha si ano ah?
Sure. So,
Wow!
basta ano, pag in-open mo, pag hindi mo kakainin,
I actually did a misplay here. I should have not been able to use Come to Ghosty skill to look at the top 5 cards of my deck and discard one. It has to be placed from hand.
They should I'm waiting for them to announce. Or the new Dragon Pirate. Kasi,
Here I should have used my soul instead of my CB because next turn, if he rides Pure Light, he will just prison my soul.
you get a persona, right? Kind of suck. They don't really do much to help you, like by support. Miss. But Miss only really lets you get over the rock. But if you
kulang
just,
pala ako.
this one lets you get the last
Minus
deck,
5.
you get super, you get your
Bale,
persona
28, no?
later.
Against 33, sama to bukas.
Yes.
Draw.
Boss.
20. Tip power bank.
No, and he's gonna buy the pieces. I have a friend who's in pieces, but he doesn't want to make it.
20, 30, 38.
Sige, take it.
But it's the...
What are you looking for, Noah?
43.
33.
How much is...
Since G2. PG.
Polo.
They like it.
Is there even any ready
Nala, what's that?
You can just start that's like a one to pass. That's so funny thing, you could make a one to pass. Get to me.
Dalawa sa soul, dalawa sa hand na lang.
And if you
Wala ka sa
it
field.
doesn't pass.
How am I gonna do this? Swing and hope for the best.
Sige, ito na lang. Since nag-lock ka, nag-face on
Wait,
ka,
I forgot
wala na
the
akong
hero.
target.
So that's
Check top 5 na
3
lang.
from earlier, 20.
Wait. Hold up. Hold up.
18 plus 15, 33.
I need to deny you because you have the greatest space.
Plus 10.
That's a good card.
Bale, this is 26 plus 15, 41. Tama ba? Triple. First, second. Ano ba? Boss. Tara muna. Sige, dito yung 100 million. That's the power. Ito muna. 100 million.
Secret. Kailan ito?
This 13, 89. Eldo for the win.
We lost round 2. Our opponent Eldo Breath, but I think I could have prevented the restand or made it harder for him to get it if I used my soul instead of CB. Round 2 we're up against Odium and I somehow forget to draw an extra card on the right.
8. No guard ako. 8. No guard ulit. Power hit. Pass. Battle. 1 sale. Plus 10. 10 man. 14. Ito 20. Trigger. First game. Parang mali pero okay lang. Nagdodraw ka nga pala doon.
Hindi, pero kailan siya ma-control.
Ah!
Then,
OT. 80. No, cheating. Discard. Twin right. First check. Second check. 32. Pa-play ko na rin. Gamitin ko na yung skill. Skill since naka-screen. At ko ha. So power nito 36 paano yun? 40. Ano lang to? 23.
no.
$20, $30 Vanguard.
20, 30, 5.
Kasi ano, 10 days.
When roll the cost, upside. One to high, one to low. Then strike. Skill when discarded. Nightrose skill.
Sige, go lang.
Nightrose skill. Hollow, so plus 10, saka plus 2 from Nightrose skill. Skill mo Nightrose. Top 5 ako. I should have probably called the Negro Bone first with Nightrose skill, since it's gonna be 10k booster still, and called the Night Mist with Obadiah, so it will get the plus 5 since it has hollow, and both columns will still be hitting for magic numbers. And I somehow still forgot to draw with the energy blast 7 from the generator, since we're not using any energy in the deck set.
30. Equal.
35, 40.
Sergeant. So 33, 43, 53 still retired.
I'm gonna win.
33. Power. Activating device. Power is 18, 28, 68. Tapos, enter. So, 43. Twin drive na. One to pass. Kaya ka lang sa game na yun eh.
We lost to Odium, so currently 2 loses, no wins. The Divine Skill turn was just too much for me. And I also forgot, I could have gotten 2 extra cards if I didn't forget to draw for going second and from the energy generator. We're going against Rezael on the last round, so this is the last chance to get a win. So for our last two games, we're up against two meta decks. Rezael, arguably the best or one of the best decks right now.
Traffic kasi order please. One trigger. Ito padded. One to hand, one to bottom. 18 plus 13. 18 plus 13, 31.
33.
Gap! Sige ako kay Gap!
One to hand, one to bottom. Ay wait, not this. Turn pass.
Si Gap panalo ah. Eh si Sean. Sean, paksa!
Discount skill. Sige mo. May 13 channel Rezael Vanguard ko. 13 plus 4, 17. 23. Rezael attacks. Skill. Bale, 13 plus 13, 26.
No guard.
Green right, first check. Second, critical power to respond. Ano ba dito sa skill? Check na. Checking lang. Check lang pan card. What? 20, 13, 33.
35.
Here's the battle. Check the token. Katuhan mo na. Same value. Ouch! Skill in the battle. Check your gun. Tapos tayo siya. Tayo na, panis. Sige, katuhan mo na. Wait, check ko lang ang cards ko. Di ba skill? Pasok ko. Plus 3. Draw 1. Check up. Di ba tapos?
Nakatapos na
Ilan yung ipon? Tinapon? Hindi ka nag-iipon.
follow the sins of my hollow. Follow. Crit, power. Sige, power.
Let's check it. One damage. Power.
Gab Ruga. Di ba? Sean Ruga. Sean Ruga. Gab Robert. Mercy. Again down na kayo. Ay. Yon. Anya and friends. Naka-gray.
Other charge.
Josh. Carlos. Josh, Carlos, ano ay?
Hollow.
Meron na saan? Rich. Yung kalaban ni Sean, kalaban mo. Rich. Si ano?
Seven.
Oo, si Chris.
Persona, right?
Ryan, si Chinso. Rich. Kalaban mo yun, daan dito.
Call. Skill. Sabot. Call.
Naawa si Chris sa Shadowverse. Kaya na kayo problema mamaya.
Divine skill.
Wala! Wala pa ako may budget eh. Pero yun na, yung vanilla na green.
Wita na. Skill card.
Oo, bilang ito naman sa kumpulan. Ano ba eh?
Skill ito. Power plus 5k. Triple dive. First check. Critical. Power. Third check front three.
GG.
Thank you. Tinaman ako sa CD.
So we lost all 3 games, but I definitely could have played better. Made some really simple mistakes. I guess not bad, considering we were up against 2 meta decks, Odium and Rezael. Rezael, arguably the best, or one of the best decks. I think the deck set is pretty decent, but it would benefit a lot with the upgrades like early game cards like Alvina, so you can call Negrobone early, or Enlargo for draws and getting cards from drop, or even like Energy Cycler, depends on your build, or Saphira. But I also feel like this deck needs the hostage package or like Ghost Chase, so you can survive way longer and have a lot of defense. But yeah, definitely have to practice the deck more. And yeah, thank you for watching.